4. 8 times the power.
Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. I'm in sunny South Africa and it's like 10 in the morning. I'm in a DIY skate park quite in the middle of nowhere, so I just hope that I don't get robbed in here. And today I'm gonna talk about this. And this is the new ground control HD frame. I got the HD 270 millimeters frame, and let's talk about it. Let's see what's good. Let's see what's not so good. The first thing that I want to take out of the way is this thing right here. This is a solar frame. In this video, I won't be making a comparison, but I will tell you right away in the beginning that these and these are two completely different products. But if you want to see a comparison of both these, well, what you got to do is you got to subscribe to this channel, because that's going to be one of my next videos. But for today, let's talk about the ground control HD frame. This frame is not out yet. I got this frame a little bit before most of the skate shops, and when I got this frame, well, Ground Control sent me this frame for these videos, for these reviews, and they sent it to me with both H blocks. I do not know if when you buy this frame it's going to come with aluminum H block or with a plastic H block. The aluminum one is actually a lot heavier than the plastic one. It doesn't really feel that much heavier on hand, but when you put them on the skate, let me show you something. Here I got the plastic one, here I got the aluminum one, and it actually feels a bit of a difference. Also, the groove, it's a bit deeper on the plastic one than on the aluminum one. Now, I actually started by skating it with the plastic H block, and when I first started, I skating with the plastic H block and with the new ground control 60 millimeter wheels. They have a different shape from these wheels that I have here, and these are the wheels that I try to use them as much as I can. These are the famous FAMUS fast wheels, and I really love these wheels, how fast they are and everything. But I first started by using them with this. This profile here is called flat top. On the top of the wheel is flat, and then other than that, it's very, very pointy. Meaning that when you skate with these wheels, it's a lot safer for wheel bite than if you skate with a round wheel or if you skate with a completely flat wheel, like when the profile of the wheel is very flat on top. This wheel would make it a bit easier. So I started by skating these frames with the plastic H block and the ground control wheels. I can tell you that it didn't even felt like I was skating flat. At first, I kind of felt like I was skating some AN skates, and I keep on saying the same. When it comes to skating flat, I don't think there's any other skate on the market like the USD AN. So putting these wheels, this H block, it kind of felt like the AN. I basically had all my tricks I could do, from the backslides, even in ledges that I don't really do them that much, frontside and backside. I could frontside and backslide with a plastic H block and these wheels, very easy. The trick that I wasn't doing it as good would be the frontside torque or the backside torque, but I'm not that good with torques anymore, especially when I skate flat. But it was very, very possible to do them. It was just me not being able to do them because the space was there, the groove is deeper than the one on the aluminum. I didn't really felt that I would need to go aluminum. It does feel different, it does sound different, and when I skate a bowl, I do love to skate aluminum. But if this frame would just come like this, it would still be an amazing frame. But now, when you put the aluminum H block, then It's actually very different. The thing is, now to start with, the shape of the plastic H block, it's much rounder than the aluminum one. The aluminum one is more pointier. Now this one's starting to get a bit more grooved, but at first when it straight out of the box, it's very flat. How can I explain? It's very pointy. I think that's the easiest way to explain. When on the plastic H block, it's a lot rounder and it is deeper. So some of the tricks are going to feel a bit different. You need to bend your foot a bit more, and obviously it's going to sound different, but that you already know. Now, a lot of people that try an aluminum frame because the previous brand that brought out an aluminum frame was Sola, they are expecting the frame to be a lot slimmer because that was what Sola sold as one of the main advantages of having an aluminum frame. These are completely different when it comes to that, because this frame, when you look at it, it doesn't really look a lot slimmer than a plastic frame. In fact, when you try to put it on the boot, when you put this on the boot, it actually just fits. If it had like 1 millimeter more, it wouldn't fit that central line that you have on your boots. So it is not that much slimmer. I don't even think that it's slimmer at all. Now the top here, when you look at the top of the frame, you will see that it's completely different from a plastic frame. The construction of this frame is actually very well thought. It does feel like a very stiff frame, so you feel that every push goes straight to the ground, giving you a very good speed and amazing foregrinds. Now, is it the same for all the grinds? No. Sole tricks, I really didn't have any difficulties with it. Like I said already, block tricks, either with the aluminum H block or with the plastic H block, they worked really well. Everything from one-footed grinds to the regular front sides, back sides, whatever. Now, when it comes to top sides, yes, it is very possible to do all of them, but at first, because it's a bit pointy, the edges here, you kind of feel, especially if you're gonna be doing top sides on a wooden top mini ramp or a wooden top coping, you kind of feel like these edges here are going to be digging into the flat top, so it makes it a little bit slower. But I believe that if you do a lot of top sides in ledges, then you're gonna start getting like the groove, if you can call it. Basically, it's gonna start being shaved, it's gonna start being more and more round, and then it won't be a problem anymore. Not that it's a problem, because I could basically do everything, especially alley-oops was somehow easier than forward topside tricks. I don't really know, but like an alley-oop fishbrain was easier to do than a forward fishbrain. But fishbrain still worked very well. It's actually weird to explain. Now, this frame is heavier. This frame is heavier than most of the plastic frames on the market, and it's not because it's right here flat. Of course, any flat setup is going to be heavier than an anti-rocker, and obviously heavier than a freestyle, because there's only 2 wheels on a freestyle. And here I'm also talking about wheels with aluminum H block and what's so on. But these, especially these with the aluminum H block, this is very heavy. And I was skating these with, whoops, almost fell from my hand. I was skating these on the Fifth Element boot, which is one of the heaviest boots on the market right now. So my setup was actually very heavy. Was that a disadvantage? Not really, especially for me. I don't really jump that much, but when I was trying to skate transitions, or when I was skating transitions, I actually felt my setup very solid. So I believe that it depends a little bit of the type of skating that you're going to be doing. But if you're going to be doing a lot of rails and a lot of stuff, this is probably not the type of frame that you're going to be looking for. I would say that this is the perfect skate park frame. For me, in my opinion, it's one of the best skate park frames that I've ever skated. I haven't been skating that much street, but I even believe that these would be a very good street frame. Same as these, not because it has an aluminum H block, it's going to be worse. If you look at skateboarders, they also have aluminum trucks and they still do basically everything. So it's It's not because it's aluminum that you're not going to be able to grind on ledges. Now, something that I didn't enjoy as much on this frame was the way that we remove the H block. I like the way it looks. I think it looks very, very nice. But if you want to go from aluminum to plastic H block, you basically need to remove the frame, because there's 2 screws here on top, and the way you change the H block is by unscrewing these ones, and then because the H block is a little bit tight, you need to also loosen the wheels a little bit, which is perfectly normal. You loosen the wheels a little bit, and then for me, the way that I find out it works better is having the screws pushing the H block. Okay, so see, now it's just coming out. It's not like it's gonna take a million years to do, but it would be cool if you could do it without taking the frame out. Now, to do it without taking the frame out, there would only be 2 ways, at least that I can think of. One of them would be by having a screw on the side, and that's exactly what Sola did. And for everyone saying that this is a copy of the Sola frame, well, I don't see the screw here on the side. Or would be the screw from underneath. That was used by other brands in the past. The truth is, this is a lot cleaner and probably a lot safer. It's just, if you need to change the block, it's not gonna work as easy. But the question here is, how many times are you going to change the block? So realistically, it's not really a problem. It's just me wanting to change the block the whole time for the sake of it. So I believe that's it. Now, what do I really think about these frames? Being super honest with you, I do not know about the price of these yet. I do not know if they come with 1 or 2 H blocks, but I do know that this is one of the best frames that I've ever tried. Again, yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's wider than the other aluminum frame on the market. But yes, it does feel very, very good in basically everything. A bit slower on top sides, but other than that, not really a problem. Now, when I made the review of the Sola frames, I did said that it was a bit harder to lock at first, the top sides, unless you put your frame right like this, because if you put it like that, it wouldn't slide. Now these ones, because they are a little bit thicker, depending on the material that you have on top, it might just slide into it. I do believe that these frames are going to get better and better and better the more you skate them. I know that's what everyone thinks about every other frame, but in these ones, for sure, that's going to be the case. Now, I think they come in 2 different colors. At least I know about the black ones, but I do love the color of these ones, especially with the aluminum H block. So that was it. Again, like I just started this video, I will be making a comparison of the 2 of these frames, and that will be coming out very, very soon. But that's in another video. So if you want to watch that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, well, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you didn't like it. And like I always say, more important than anything else, just don't forget why we all started skating, and that is because it's fun. Cheers and see you soon. Just very important. The space in between the 2 wheels in the middle, it's actually more than enough for everything. I didn't felt like there was ever a time there wasn't space enough to grind. I know that the space is not as big as it is on the AN skate, but at the same time, you still have a little bit of space here in between the 1st and 2nd wheel and the 3rd and 4th, meaning that with these frames, you actually can do channel 1 and channel 3 grinds. Now, what you should also know is, this is the 270mm version. The distance in between the 2nd and 3rd wheel is the same on every frame. What changes is here, the distance between the 1st and 2nd and the 3rd and 4th. So the frames will get longer by increasing the distance between these 2 and these 2, but the H block stays the same. So the H block, either the plastic or the aluminum one, it's compatible with all the sizes.
Got a little longer, so team.